In this video, we're going to talk about chart of accounts. What is chart of accounts anyway? A chart of accounts, also known as COA, is a complete listing of every account you have in your accounting system. It will define each class of items for which money or the equivalent is spent or received. So I'm on QuickBooks right now, and chart of accounts, it looks like this right here. Here's a chart of accounts. So how do you go to chart of accounts? So when you open your QuickBooks, you will have a company screen. This is a home page screen like this one, and you can go to chart of accounts from here, or this is from the home page screen, or you can go to list and then select chart of accounts. So click this one, it will get to the same place, or from list menu, select chart of account, it will go to the same place. Let's click this one, let's select list, it's right here. So here's your chart of accounts. As you can see here, chart of accounts, it will list name and type. Type is very important. This is how you do the mapping, so type is very important. So just looking at this chart of accounts, by the way, chart of accounts, when you create a company, new company, and the way you select your industry type, it will create chart of account. So if you select distributor, it will create chart of accounts that you need for that type of business. If you select manufacturing, it will create chart of accounts that you need for that type of industry, including inventory and so on. So in all chart of accounts, you will always have a bank account. Here's your bank account. Here's your type. And then you always have accounts receivable. That's when you invoice your customer. And then you have other current assets. And this is like a short-term type. It's also like other receivable type. This is your main receivable for your business, core business. And this is like other receivables type. And then you have fixed assets. So that's on the total asset side. So from here, checking with a bank account to fixed assets, it's all the total asset side. And on the liability side, you have the first one here is accounts payable. So when you owe money to your vendors, so that's where it goes. And then you have credit card, listing of all credit cards here. It's separate. It's the type is credit card, so that way you can reconcile your credit card account and also download directly from your bank. By the way, this sign is like it's linked to your bank account, like this one. This is also linked to your bank account, and this one is not linked. So if you see the sign, it's linked. And then you have other liabilities. You still owe the money, but it's not part of vendor bill, so it's a separate liability account. And normally, if you owe money under this type, you'll be paying it within 12 months. So like short-term liabilities, so under 12 months. And if it's over 12 months, it'll go to your long-term liabilities, like if you borrow money from the bank and you have equipment loan or car loan, so this is where you go. And underneath you have the equity, so this is where you put in money. And then you have the difference between your assets and liabilities is your equity side. So total assets minus total liabilities, that's equal to your equity line item. And then So that's to complete the balance sheet account. As you can see on QuickBooks and chart of account, they will give you the balance total for the balance sheet accounts, total assets and total liabilities, but it won't give you anything for uh, for income statement accounts because they change every year. So they don't give you anything in here. So if you want it, then you can always go back to trial balance. So as you can see here, this one also looks very similar to chart of accounts in here. So this will give you the debit and credit of all your uh, chart of accounts if you have transactions. So then on the P&L side, everything starts with income right here, and then depending upon your chart of account, then you'll have a cost of goods sold. So the cost of goods sold, if you have inventory uh, and other direct costs, it'll go in here. This cost of goods sold. So the cost of goods sold is commonly defined as direct costs. It's if you have revenue, then most likely you will have cost of goods sold or cost of sales or directly related to generating that income. So that's where it'll go. It's the type is cost of goods sold. Even if you want to change it, you can't change it. It's stuck in here. It's cost of goods sold. So cost of goods sold, you can think it as direct cost, variable cost, or just cost of sales. That's still the same. It's in here. You can define it here under name when you create a new one, but the type it's a QuickBooks defined, so you can't change it. And then you have expenses, so you can list any kinds of expenses you want for your business. But you have to remember you don't want to make this too long, and then you will have a profit and loss statement. It'll be longer than one page. That's not good. Even the biggest companies, they have profit and loss in one page. They may have the summary level, they have sub accounts, but overall the P&L, when you run P&L, it will be just one page. So when you run P&L, so most likely you want to see this in one page. As you can see here, this one is still almost one page here. So you want to stay, on top part is income, and then you have cost of goods sold, and then your overhead expenses or indirect costs, and then you have operating income. Okay, so now we're going to talk about. So now it's defined. So in the chart of accounts you will have basically bank, accounts receivable, other current assets, fixed assets on the balance sheet asset side, and the liability side is basically all the liabilities, accounts payable, credit card, other current liability, long term, and so on. And then you have equity, the opening balance equity, the owner's equity. This the way you define here is like depends your entity type, corporation or sole proprietor or partnership. So that's where you have to define it. But equity is equity, so you just change the name and based on the entry type, and that's how it goes. So you need to talk to accountant, see how do you want to structure your equity line in here. Okay, so now basically that's at the summary level. Now let's say you want to add or delete uh, chart of accounts, okay, and you want to merge sometime. By mistake you create two accounts. You started entering it, but it turns out you don't need those two accounts. It's just one account, and you want to merge it. So we'll talk about that one later on. Okay, so let's say you want to create a new account. So new account. So it's starting from here, the list, chart of accounts. When you click this one, you will see chart of accounts right here, or COA. And so you want to create a new account. So all we have to do is account in here. So here's a new account, and edit account, and delete account. And if you want to make account inactive, right here. So basically you will staying with new, edit, and delete. Okay, let's say you want to create a new account right here. Okay. All right, so new account, they have all these items. As you can see here, we went through all this type. So it's defined here. There's the income. If you want to create income account, so you should select this one. If you want to create expense, then you should select this one, expense line item here. So income, as you can see on the right side, they will give you categorizes money earned from normal business operations such as product sales, service sales, discounts to customers. If you offer discounts, it is still part of income, so you'll be like contra type account that goes to your income account. So it'll be like a negative, but still part of your income account. And on expense side, basically you just name everything in here that goes in here, all the overhead or indirect type of expenses. So that goes in here under here, expense. So if you have any overhead, indirect expenses, so you should select this one. So if you have income, so you're invoicing customer, you're receiving money, so that's where it should go. And then the fixed assets, if you're buying major assets like here, someone's buying truck, so that's to go in here. So buildings, land, machinery, equipment, vehicles, like that. And then the bank account, which is the cash account, petty cash, checking, savings, money market, or PayPal if you deal with PayPal. So everything should go under bank account. And this is the one you can reconcile it, and you also have a check register. And then you have a loan. It's a short-term loan or long-term loan. So you got to figure out there's a loan in here, and it goes in here, loan right here, long-term, and then the credit card. So if it's a credit card, that's also you can download if you need it, and then you can do a reconciliation, and you can also have a register like the bank account. And then the equity, if you're adding equity, hopefully you don't have to open too many new accounts in here. One, basically you just open one or two, and that should do it. Okay, so now the other accounts type. So this is the one important one. So accounts receivable, normally you don't want to create another account receivable. So when you create a company file, it automatically create accounts receivable depending upon your industry type. So you normally have accounts receivable, so you don't need to create another one unless so you know what you're doing and you need to create accounts receivable for a little bit different type of business within your company. And the other asset is right here, which is like right here the other asset. If you want to if you want prepaid insurance, you know, like you paid insurance for 12 months and you want to treat it as prepaid, not to expense it the same year, then you create prepaid expense and it goes under other current assets. Or if you give some money advances to your employees and you want to deduct that from a payroll later on, so that will be employee advances, that's other current assets. And then inventory assets, so if you are in manufacturing or retailing and you carry inventory, so we'll have inventory asset account here. Again, you know, you may not need to create a new one. Normally you will have it in here when you create a company file. So this is basically if you want to create a new one here. So same thing with accounts payable, other current liability, long-term liability, like this. Let's say you want to buy a car and you want to take a loan from the bank. Let's say it's a 60, let's say five years loan, 60 months payment. So right here, other types, and it's a long-term loan right here. It goes right here, and you can tell you is a mortgage, long-term loans, notes payable, like that. So And this one apply if you borrow money from the bank or from your friend or parents, whatever. It's a long term. There's notes payable here, long term loans. Okay, so let's try opening new account. Okay, so all you have to do is select this other types, long term liability. So you can create any new account. The next screen, it looks exactly the same. So other types of account, let's just say you want to create a loan, you want to car loan. So it's a click continue, okay, and now the screen, it looks like this. So let's say this one is let's just say Chase car loan. So we borrowed money from the bank and they finance your car, Chase, and it's a long-term loan. That means it's due longer than 12 months. So copy and paste. Description is right here. So description goes in here. Car loan. And account number, you don't need to put anything there. And then save and close. If you want to create another one, then you can create it right here. Okay, so let's just say you want to create a car loan and then you also want to capitalize your car. All right, let's create another one. Okay, so see right here, let's create a Chase car loan, and now you want to create another one for your fixed asset this time. Okay, let's go in here, new, and fixed assets right here. So vehicle. All right, so let's say you want to okay, so save and close. It's already there, so the mobile is already there, so that means it's not going to take it. So let's say car. So if you already have account name used, it won't take it. So save and close. So right here. So right here, car here. Okay, so it's under fixed assets, as you can see here. So we created two new accounts, car loan, and on the fixed asset side, it's car. So that's how you do it. And and if you want to edit it, let's say you don't like the title here, name, you just right click it, right click your mouse, you will see right here, edit. Alright, let's say you bought 2014 Toyota Camry. Like this, and you can put the VIN number like this, like 6 if you just want to do it that way. Save and close. So now you have some record. You just edit account, so you have some information about your car here. So right here. Okay. So now let's say, oh, I don't want this one in here. I want truck first. I want to move this one over here. All right. See the little diamond thing in here. You just move it and drop it right there. Right here. See, it moved. Move again. Let's see. It has to be within account your account type. You can move this over there. It doesn't work that way. So it has to be within your fixed assets type or other current assets or bank type. So it has to be within type. So you can move it here, no way. You can work that way. So you can move it over here or over here, like this. For example, oil car, you don't like it there, you want it over here, like this. Okay, and then now let's say you want to make this inactive. You don't want to use this anymore, although it has money in there, it's not going to take it. So let's see what happens if it has money, but you just want to make it inactive. You don't want to delete it, but just make it inactive. Let's see what happens. It's gone now. So now you want to see all your inactive accounts now. See right here, it says include inactive. So if you click this one, it's back in here. So you want to make this active again, it's active again. But if you delete, then it's gone. So let's say if you want to delete this, right click, so there's no transaction. It may have zero balance, but it may have some transaction too in the past. So you can delete it. It'll ask you, there's a message here, delete account, are you sure you want to delete it? It's a one-way thing, you can't undo it. So you want to make sure you really want to delete it or make it inactive. Let's say I want to delete this thing. It's gone now. Now there's no way you can get this one back now. It's gone. Okay, so in here you have two accounts, and you decided, well, I don't need this two accounts, and I want to merge this field office to home office. Okay, so this is the one you want to keep. This is the one you want to merge. So you want to merge this to this. Okay, so first you get this title here. Let's say right click it, edit account, and so this is the one you want to keep. Copy it, and so you want to merge this account. You don't want to see this anymore. You want to merge whatever's in here to this account. So right click this one again and edit account, and just paste it. You can see here, so the field office, you want to make it home office. Alright, so let's see what happens if you click the save and close. See, it says you can't merge two accounts with both content online information. So this one has online information, this one has online information, so you can't merge those two accounts. So if you want to merge it, you have to make these two inactive, make it inactive from the bank download online account, then you will have to do it. So that's not going to work, so you can't do it. So, but on the other hand, let's just say you want to merge this one. There's no connection in here, there's no online thing in here. So let's say you want to merge this account to this one. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, so this account we want to merge, and we just want to call it direct deposits liabilities or payments on account. Okay, so payments on account. This is the one we want to keep. It's just we want to merge from here to here. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, so it'll give you a merge message here. It will read, this account name is already being used. Would you like to merge this account with the existing one? Note, any reconciled transactions in the account will no longer be reconciled after they are merged into the other account. So this is a one-way thing. Once you do it, then it's done. You can't undo it again. Let's say, okay, there's the sound, it's merged, and it's gone. So that's how you merge. And let's talk about how to create a sub account here. So right here, sub account. So in order to create sub account, right here, this is your top level account. It says landscaping services. So it's landscaping services. It's listed right there. That's the income one, income type. And if you look at this one, it will say it's a sub account. The design service is a sub account of landscaping services. So if you uncheck this one, see what happens. So now it's pretty much independent. So it's not sub account of this anymore. So in order to make sub account, first you create landscape services, the top level one, and then the other one is make it the sub account. Sub account of landscaping services. Okay. Like this way. And you can make another sub of sub, job materials, and then you have another sub account here. So sub account of, see, landscaping services, and another sub account of landscaping services job materials. So this is like a sub of sub. So this is how you have to create chart of accounts. So anyway, this will define each class of item where you're spending your money and how much you are receiving money on the income side. So the chart, the trial balance, it will give you a list of all the debit and credit of all your chart of accounts transactions for 1 year here. This is 1 year. So it'll be like for 1 year, and next year it will change the income accounts, income and expense account, but the balances, they don't change. This is add up, and so this becomes 0 next year. The all expenses and everything. So that's the basic thing. And as I said, you can't change the account type. Is a cost of goods sold. You don't like cost of goods sold. In some business, in your business, it may not be cost of goods sold. If you want to call it something else, but you can't do it. It's cost of goods sold is fixed. It's QuickBooks defined, so you can't change it. The best you can do is here you can say whatever you want and make a sub account. Let's say you want to call it direct cost. Like this, and list all the sub accounts under direct cost. It'll work that way. Or if you're into more cost accounting type, you can call it, make it variable cost like this. So that means you're making this one variable and other tax expenses at fixed cost. So normally variable cost, if you have income, you will have variable cost. If you have zero income, then you won't have any cost. That's in theory. And same thing with expenses. These are fixed expenses. It could be semi-fixed, fixed, but whatever it is, normally the overhead type is fixed. So let's go back to the cost of goods sold, or you can call it cost of sales. So you just have to define it, but the type will remain the same. You can't change it. For example, expense, you can't change to something else. Income, you don't like income, you want to call it revenue, you can't change it. Same thing with other type. So this is all chart of accounts, and it's QuickBooks defined, so you can't change it. So that's about it regarding chart of accounts. And uh, it's every account in an accounting system, so you gotta have it. And one more thing, so chart of accounts, you normally in QuickBooks, it doesn't have to be that way, but in QuickBooks it will list the balanced account, but you won't see any amount or total for the income statement accounts of profit and loss. So if you see something like this, don't worry about it. That's the way it is, and you can always run your trial balance, or you can do some customization with this chart of account. Depends on which QuickBooks do you have. So chart of account doesn't matter. You should have it if you have QuickBooks Pro, QuickBooks Premier, or QuickBooks Accountant. So it doesn't matter. You will have a chart of account, and it works the same way. Thank you. Bye.